We're right to go? Good. Firstly, 19,538 confirmed aggregate cases of coronavirus in Victoria. There have been 5 deaths since yesterday, 1 female in her 80s, 3 females in their 90s, and 1 female over 100. And we send our sincere sympathies, condolences, commiserations, consolations, our understandings, warmth, tenderness, prayers, warm-heartedness, our support, rapport, kindness, empathy, accord, unity, and of course our correspondence to each of those families. I'd like to again thank those Victorians who've come forward for testing. Without their participation, we'd have nothing to report, and my sincere desire to continue the lockdown inevitably, of course, could not happen without each of those people. So I'd like to thank them for that. In relation to the next steps, in relation to the plan, our roadmap, look, our decisions have been made on information that's been dreamt up by my supercomputer. I personally call it the COVID X 3000. Look, you just can't argue with the kind of data that this thing produces. Look, will just blow your mind. It's got science. It's got advice. It dreams up all kinds of fantasies. Look, it's never been right, and it probably never will be right. But hey, it sounds good, and you can't argue with that. Look, well, at least the vast majority of you will not argue with that. Look, you will, of course, get your conspiracy theorists on the fringe who'd like to suggest otherwise, but again, the vast majority will follow the data and the advice from my supercomputer. Look, I'd like to concentrate on buzzwords like science and health advice, because people believe me when I use these terms. Let's not focus on my incompetence. Let's focus on the virus, okay? The virus is the enemy, not me. Look, if you want to focus on the negatives, look, I'd ask you to stop. Look, I get it. Look, I get it. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. My announcement, my plan, my roadmap, was about as useful to many of you as an ashtray on a motorbike. But look, instead, what I think might be a better idea, if I may, I'd like to invite you to listen to an interview I had with the great Luke Darcy on Triple M yesterday. And look, we're great mates, Darcy and I. We're both just regular blokes. We love a beer, and gathering together with mates. But now's not the time for that. As you all know, those days are over under my government. Now, look, I'm of the view that Darcy did a wonderful job, an incredible job, in fact, if I might say, of presenting the facts, questioning my plan, questioning my decisions that I've made so far. He spoke to me about a variety of issues. We talked about the doctors, about the 500 doctors, who have suggested I can and probably should do it another way, that I should do it another way, that I've made the wrong decisions. And if I may say, they were all very valid questions, all very valid points. But might I say, I also think I did a wonderful job of evading during that interview. I stuck with my narrative, and look, that's for now totally irrelevant. Look, in fact, it's totally appropriate. But again, both of those scenarios are besides the point. The virus is the enemy here. I'll need to reiterate that. The virus is the enemy. Remember that. I was pulled over by police. I thank them for that. Look, there's a tone going around. There is a bit of a tone going around, except the virus, of course. That's the only thing that's not going around. Look, but I was on Triple M. I was on Triple M. And look, I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of those who listened in. I'd like to thank them for that. Look, these are hard decisions. They're not easy decisions. They're bad decisions. And look, I do keep making them. Look, so far, I suggest you jump online, you download the Das interview. He did a wonderful job. He put me in a very uncomfortable position. But make sure you listen to the end, because like I said, I'm of the firm belief that I sidestepped all of his very valid questions and points in a way as to help us all move forward and fight this undefeatable fight. Look, at the very least, until each and every one of you start to wake up and get me out of the government completely.